What is up, you guys? It's the Fallout What If here, and I got to explain a few things before I even do this right now. Now, I'm still trying to watch all the Ruby things because some of you guys want to see it, and I'm thinking, well, if you guys want to see it, I'll try my best to watch it, but it's freaking, I don't know how many episodes there are. I believe there's 7 or 8, and they're all an hour each. Not only that, I have to go to work tomorrow, and I gotta wake up at 6. So basically, meaning I only have enough time right now to just do one, due to the fact that I really just need to get my sleep because it is really hard on the body what I'm doing. But anyway, yeah, so just prepare yourselves for what's called one of the Ruby things. I might just start it off slow right now and just what if Ruby taught him how to do, taught him how to use the freaking, what's that thing, her scythe. And I did see the first one, or how do I say it, the hour-long episode, the very first one. I'm like, this is actually a good show. I don't know whether to call this an anime, or a cartoon, animation, or just splash it all together. But it has it has a bit of anime, it shows it's a bit of it, it's anime, and Pixar would probably do something like this. Not only that, yeah, I think it's just more of a animated anime. Animated? Padme Academy. Fuck. But anyway, so, yeah. How you say it? Also, I'm thinking, hold on. This is going to be a villain type what if, or I don't know what to call it though. It's a villainous thing, or Deku's going to get all for one, or something or he is, but it's kind of confusing. So just let me explain this. Now, Deku is somewhat a freaking villain, or how you say, he's going to have freaking All For One's quirk, and All For One's going to be his father. This would explain a lot of things as I go along in the story, but let's just start off with Deku having his quirk. Now, Deku is going just to have the, how you say it, he's just going to have fire. Pretty much a quirk that he made for Hiyashi Midoriya, basically Deku's father. And not only that, what's called his father, how you say it, works overseas, and he's a businessman, I think. That's why he wears the suit. Kind of makes sense right there. Not only that, he told Inko that one day he's going to give freaking, how you say it, or Deku a present once he turns 18. I'm just making this up, but this would have a lot of, how you say it, a lot of weight to it, how I'm going to do this. But also, yeah, this would explain a lot of things that I'm always questioning about in the anime. So, let us begin. Now, Deku is born. Deku has pretty much gone his whole life up until freaking, what's his face? Up until the freaking 8th grade year. Not bullied at all. But Katsuki just picks on him still due to the fact that even though he has a quirk, he's still Deku. Now, all of his life, he usually just does what he has to for his mom. And not only that, sometimes he calls his father. Now, he doesn't know, Inko doesn't know he's actually All For One. Inko thinks that he just works all the time, doing all the stuff. Not only that, just, how you say it, being there a couple of times, doing those having visitation hours. Or they're not actually divorced, but I'm just saying him coming into town for a while and going back. So, here's the thing. All For One had his scar, or his freaking mark, on him, or how do I say this? He had the mark, or how you say that, damaged face, or no face at all, during the time he was with, or fighting All Might. Now, so All Might, he sees this, or like, he sees a freaking, let's see, I really don't know what to, I really can't find him, but just imagine, let's see, let's just, hold on. Alright, All For One will look something like this, which would kind of make sense if you think about it. Deku's hair, it kind of looks like his. It's a bit scruffy, but it's green just like her mother's. His mother. Now, hold on, let's just, how do I say this? Right there. Perfect. Look at baby Deku. But anyway, so he visits his father, and All For One got injured, and he basically has that face that makes him look like a, you know, let me just say it looks like a left nut. But anyway, for some reason his quirk activates with on his quirk, which can basically change people's minds or their perception or what they see. So basically, All For One will always look like this. Inko won't notice a thing, and Deku won't notice a thing as well. But here's the thing. Okay. All For One is always, All For One is always looking at freaking Deku with pride and joy. He thinks he wants him to be a villain and to probably kill All Might. But here's the thing. He won't actually be as selfish that way. Now, what do you mean selfish? We'll get to that in probably a couple of more minutes. So, Deku's living his life. He gets attacked by a sludge villain. He burns a sludge villain. All Might actually tells him, well. Or, well, young man, you stopped the villain on your own. Congratulations. And Deku has been training with this quirk, just like Bakugo. And if I'm not mistaken, Bakugo doesn't like him still. Even though he doesn't have a quirk, he just doesn't like him. He's just a weakling to him in the very end. He has a good quirk, but it's Deku. So, basically, Katsuki will still hate him. Okay, he would still hate him, and that's how basically it is. Now, All Might says, I'm pretty, hold on. Well, young man, you have defeated the villain on your own, and you basically, saved me enough time just to scoop it up. You basically did my job for me. And with that, I thank you. Deku still being a fanboy for everything, asking All Might to sign, All Might signing, and basically that's all. All Might freaking jumping, but jumping a little too hard, which would probably make Izuku, how do I say this? Izuku actually, running to the freaking sludge villain and burning him. And this is when the freaking All Might sees this, and the sludge villain still has Bakugo. Him having enough freaking inspiration by Deku, which makes him go into his buff form and says, young man, you have proven once again that you could be a hero. You jumped into action even though the stakes were high. A life was on the line. Nobody did nothing, but you sprang into action. I am proud of you, young man, and you should take pride in yourself. Deku having a new motivation to get stronger, and not only that, make All Might happy. Because All Might also signed his notebook, making him making his admiration for All Might much more better. Not only that, once Deku goes home after Bakugo tells him he didn't need his help, All Might will come and he will explain the whole situation about him needing a successor and he needs to train somebody. And who better to train than little Izuku? No, he's not a baby for this one. It's just the only picture I see where it has Inko, freaking All For One, and basically baby Deku with a binky. I don't know. Here's the thing. I know it's not relevant to the story, but comment down below what that you used to call it as a kid. Did you call it a binky, or did you guys call it a pacifier, or a nubby, or whatever? What's called a nookie? I don't know what other baby talk is there, but anyway, Deku talks to freaking All Might, and Deku talks to All Might, and the 10-month training happens. All Might giving the quirk to Deku, making him have much more better control over fire. Now, this is when what's called hold on, I forgot to say this, but yeah, he does want to go to UA. That happens, and basically giving Deku enough power to see how he can use his quirk. Him still trying to do a smash because that's what All Might does. Not only that, it will be a burning fist smash. So, how do I say it? Let's see. Oh, okay. So, Deku would still trip because it's still Deku's mindset. Or basically the fact that he literally just tripped because he wasn't paying attention. He was just happy. Uraraka saving him. And him being happy. Now, the thing is, Deku is not that shy. Because even though he's the same Izuku, he still has a bit more confidence in himself. So he would talk to Uraraka differently. He would just say, thank you. And basically them giving each other their names. And that's what happens. Now everything goes just like in canon. But instead of freaking Ochako, him and her talking freaking in the freaking I forgot what it's called, but them just talking in the freaking in the where the gate is, where they're going to do the race. And yeah, basically her just saying, oh, I'm just probably going to float them on this side. Deku telling her, no, I think it's better if you do it on this side. Due to the fact that there might be some, some robots hiding from this side, and not only that, it's much more smaller, so you can fight one-on-one. Ochako saying, thank you. And basically, yeah, that's what happens. Now, everything goes much in canon, but somebody has to be trapped so for Deku to show off his strength. And who better than Hagakure? Yeah, I thought about it, and I think I should give Invisible Girl some screen time, due to the fact that you really can't see her at all. Now, that happens. Deku is freaking punches him with Burning Rage, Detroit Smash. Not only that, his quirk is amplified to a second level, which basically means he can do something probably along the lines of being a torch, or using his hands to do a blast. Hold on. Let's see. Alright, it will be something like this right here, but instead of being the evil explosion, his fire will burn like that, and also be that big, depending on if he can control it. Now, anyway, Oh yeah, one other thing. You guys said you wanted to have what's it called freaking deck another part of Sub-Zero. I will be doing that soon. All right, so don't worry. Now, this all happens, and Deku's accepted to UA. Inko being happy, and her actually calling freaking All For One or Hisashi. So now this is what happens here. Inko tells him that he's going to be in what's called Class 1A, and this is when All For One says, "Really? Well, tell Izuku I am proud of him. Tell him I miss him and that I love him very much." Inko's saying, "Yeah, he's right next to me. Do you want to talk to him?" And this is when Deku says, "Yes, I do." Deku talking to him, and basically All For One listening to Deku, and yeah. So here's the thing. Deku, he doesn't want Deku to just follow his footsteps or like do something where he has to probably get himself injured for his sake, due to the fact that All For One doesn't actually want him, like, how would I say this with it being a probability? So, All For One doesn't want him to go down the path of evil if he doesn't want to. If he wants to, then that's a perfect thing for him. But if not, he will let him be the same. He will not try to harm him when the League of Villains are here, due to the fact that he loves his son. Think about it. He loved his brother just enough to give him a quirk. So there's some good at least merit to his action. But this is the thing. This is his son, and he loves Inko. He loves the both of them very much. Now, don't get me wrong. He's still a villain, but even he has some class, or at least enough class to look like this, while his real face looks like a left nut. Now, anyway, that happens. Deku saying he's going to be Class 1A. Him now having access to having somebody do what he needs. Basically, now what's called All For One talks to freaking Inko, telling her what's that if Deku is doing any special things, how you say it, for school, to make sure that he tells you and then you tell me, so that way I can at least be notified when something happens. Now, this happens, and freaking, how would I say it? Inko is gonna be doing unexpected, how do I say it? Be helping out a villain. Even though she doesn't know that freaking All For One is actually a villain, she's not going to realize it for a very, very long time. Now, Deku is just happy. Him doing other things, him being what's called much more braver, and him actually getting hero points and rescue points. So, this is when Deku actually talks to he goes to school, talking to Hagakure and telling him, or her telling him, that she's happy that he got to be here. Not only that, Ochako's there saying, "Yes, I am glad that you're happy, or that you're here as well." Deku blushing. Hold on. Okay. Deku blushing and saying, yeah, thanks you guys. It was pretty much nothing. I train my body every day for something like this to happen, and I'm glad it paid off. Him being a little more taller, because he's not always just a weakling, but even though he is kind of a weakling, he's not like always down in the dumps and crying and depressed due to him not having a quirk. So basically, Deku has kind of a good childhood, besides the whole bullying from Bakugo thing. Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. So anyway, Deku does the test, with what's it called? What's his face? Aizawa. Them doing a lot of other things, and Aizawa telling him, since he made first place, because not only did he have hero points, he also had the rescue points, which was how you say it, at least a good 30 points above Bakugo. Bakugo is mad, but he is just not caring right now. So Deku throws the ball, and basically mixed in with One for All, and also his fire quirk, making sure it exploded, throwing it and making sure it's how you say it. Keep saying that a lot, but anyway, him reaching a good height. Let's say Bakugo was I don't know if it was 600 or 700. Let's just say Deku's is 800 or it's a 900. That happens. Them doing the heroes and versus villains exam, and basically this is what happens. Instead of those freaking, how do I say this? Instead of freaking Bakugo, or not Bakugo, instead of him and Ochako, it's him and Hagakure. So it's basically Ochako and Ojiro together. Now here's the thing. Why are you doing this? Well, here's what I'm going to do. I want to at least try to make a hero whose father was the #1 villain, throwing twists and turns everywhere. But anyway, Deku runs with Hagakure, well, them walking, Bakugo finding them on his own and basically trying to attack him. Deku says, "Look, Hagakure-san, I'm going to distract him. You go and reach for the bomb. Make sure you take off your gloves as well, due to the fact that he might just automatically capture you." Hagakure agreeing and blushing, or her blushing as much as a person we can see can blush. Now, Deku is fighting Bakugo, but him actually holding up a bit on his own. Him getting the upper hand and the uppercut to freaking Bakugo's chin. Makes him fall down to the floor, him tying him up and going to freaking Hagakure. Beating Ida, or at least making sure Ida is like taken care of. And yeah, this is what happens with freaking One. No, wait, this is what happens to Ida. He gets beaten up to a point, and he has to get freaking tied. Them touching the bombs, and them actually earning full marks on them. And how you say it? I'm going to leave it off here, due to the fact that I'm getting tired right now, and I know I gotta go to work soon. Not only that, due to the fact that I was saying so much on the story, I just wanted to like give you guys the how you say it, the fast version of it. But now this is where it's going to get smaller, or it's going to get a little more slower. So anyway, guys, like, comment, and please, and always do subscribe to the channel. Anyway, bye.